Hey everybody, it's Caleb from Mediocre Gamers, and we are going to be playing some Battle for Sularia today with Crimson.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Now, this is a game that's been out for a little while in paper version, and they just uploaded a version on TableTop Simulator for the Steam Workshop not too long ago, I think, and we're going to go ahead and give it a shot, kind of show you guys how to play it. I'm going to be teaching Crimson how to play it because he has not had a chance yet. I actually picked up the paper version of the starter decks in Kansas City on a trip not too long ago, and honestly just kind of fell in love with the game. And it is
Yeah,
actually made by somebody that Crimson knows in person.
yeah. No, I've had the game for a while. This Punch It uh, Entertainment is located in Lincoln, Nebraska, which is right next to me, which is Omaha, Nebraska. And I used to play Star Wars Destiny with one of the co-founders, and that's how I picked it up. But I never played it. Like I never got a chance to play it. So,
Now you will.
yep.
So the way that this game works is that you have a 60 card deck with a 90-point build system, and I will pull out a couple of cards here. All cards that I wish was in my starting hand now. If you look at the number at the very bottom in the middle in brackets, that is your build cost, and you cannot go over 90 points when building your deck. And I'm just going to pull all one costs right now. Good sweet lord. There we go. That's a 2 right there in that middle bracket. And I'll kind of go over what the template is for these cards. So for this, condition and tactics look the same. Let me see if we can pull out a tactic. Here we go. Tactics are effectively like instants in Magic. They can be used in any command window. Excuse me. And conditions are like enchantments. They stick around. And they usually give some sort of passive bonus. Like this one, for instance, you need at least 2 cards in your influence row. That is that green arrow. And then it will generate 2 Solarium per turn, which is that blue circle. The tactics, I have never seen a tactic that provides any Solarium. It's just the same template because they're all influence cards. So this one, the Solarium Tactical Assault Beam, does also require 2 cards in your influence row. You spend X Solarium. For each point of Solarium spent, you deal 1 damage to target combatant, site, or opponent. It's basically Fireball, or Blaze, or Demon Fire, whatever you want to call it. It's an X spell.
Dude, that's awesome. It's Fireball without the 1 red mana.
Yeah, pretty much. The other thing that is really interesting is that any combatant or site that is damaged by this is diffused. So it also blanks the text.
For how long?
I think permanently.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, because it does not say diffuse until end of turn, but I'll have to check the FAQ on that one. That's actually the first time that one's come up. The locations have a different template. So the purple double circle is your influence cost. And so you'll need at least that many cards in your influence row, similar to these. However, these will be quote-unquote used up during that turn. So let's say you have 4 cards in your influence row and you go to the site phase where you can play one of these sites. Then you can play this one. If it's turn 3, you have 3 in your influence row, you cannot play it. However, if it is turn 4, I can play 2 of these shipyards because they both cost 2. It's basically your allowance for that turn.
Now, what about if I have this?
So if you
Okay,
have those
that's in
3,
my hand,
yep.
and then I draw a card and I place it in the influence row. Do I get that
Now you
influence
can,
immediately to play
yes, yep. Because
it? Okay.
basically this is a threshold. So it is that you can play cards equal to or under this influence. It's
In that turn.
Yeah, in that turn. So the difference with your tactics and conditions is that, let's say you have 2, and it's both of these, you can flip both of them because they both require a threshold of 2, which means you just
Versus
have to have
spin.
2. Exactly. It's a lot more complicated when speaking about it than actually in play, but I wanted to kind of go over things with everybody first. That way...
I think I get it.
Yeah. The other thing on these locations are the lightning bolt is the damage it deals back to attackers, and the cross with the green shield is its health. Whenever, yes, and whenever you destroy a site, and this is a very interesting thing, all creatures have trample. So if I attack your site,
with 10 health or 10 attack.
10 attack. And it's not blocked or whatever. It is 10 going at this location.
So
it will deal 7, and then you will take 3. And then, since the site was destroyed, you will also lose life equal to the influence cost. So you will lose another 4 on top of it.
That's
yeah. Same with these here, these shipyards. If you blow one of them up, I will lose 2 life because of the influence cost. Or 3 for the security post.
This game might be fast.
It can be pretty quick, depending on who...
It's gonna be fast when I wreck your face.
Oh, damn!
Sorry.
Other than that, I think that's kind of the basics. I will show combatants real quick. So, combatants and special abilities like the tactical assault beam and stuff like that are the only things that use Sularia. Okay. So, the yellow circle, like crosshair, is the Solarium cost. Obviously, the blue one is Solarium generation. So for this red condor, he costs 4 Solarium, and he is a 4/3 with flying, basically. Flying is a little different in this one.
I wish they'd put the reminder text on, especially when they have no other ability on there.
I completely agree.
Just throw the reminder text on there.
Because flying is effectively the same as it is in Magic, that creatures without flying cannot block them. However, there is... Go ahead.
It can attack the back row, right?
And it can attack the back row. So that is one very important thing. When you are playing these sites, you have a front row and a back row. If a creature does not have flying and it is attacking into your sites, they can only attack the front row. So it effectively gives you some tanking ability. Like, I really want to protect this one because of whatever reason. Or more importantly, I want to protect this one because it gives... I can tap it to give one of my guys first strike. So you can... Your strategy is really deciding which sites need to go in the front row and which need to go in the back. Because obviously, this thing will deal 2 damage to attackers and it has 8 health. So you might think, yeah, that seems like I would want it in the front row. You really don't. Because that effect is very, very powerful. You don't want that thing going away that quickly. You can also do that, where I only have the 1 in the front row, and I really want to protect these, because if all Crimson has is non-flying dudes, they all have to attack at the same time. That's just how combat works. So they will all have to target this one only, because there's no other valid targets. But if I have 3 of them up there, he can effectively attack all 3 of them, and if he's got lethal damage on him, I'm going to lose a lot of health. I already did promote you.
Huh, why am I not... Okay.
Yeah, it shows a star next, or a badge next to you. I don't know. Yeah, I think that kind of covers the basics. So we'll go ahead and flip all these cards over and get all these going. And as we play cards, I will explain more things. You start with 25 health and 7 cards in hand. And what you're looking for is you're going to want 2 to 3 sites. So right now I'm in a very good opportunity to keep this hand, because I do have a good amount of sites, but I have early game sites. I also have 1 dude. I've got this card right here, which offers Barrage. I'll explain that one when we get there. That is probably one of the most complicated keywords that I've ever seen in a game. And reading it in the rulebook was not very clear, so I will try to offer a better explanation. You do get 1 free mulligan. Shuffle all 7 in, draw 7 back. whatever you get with that, you must keep. Very much like Game of Thrones. This game really reminds me of the WoW TCG / Magic, with how the influence row works, but also like instants and enchantments and how combat and stuff works. But it also reminds me a bit of Netrunner, a bit of Legend of the Five Rings. There's a lot of influences in this game, and it's done very well. Okay, so on this first turn, we do not draw either player. So I will go ahead and flip that face down, put that down in my influence row. So I now have one influence that I can use for sites in this next phase. So I'm going to go ahead and place Watchtower in the front row, and it is just a 1/3 that generates 1. So after the influence phase, you must place a card from your hand face down. You do not have a choice. One of your cards in hand must go to the influence row. Then it goes to the site phase, and then we're going to generate Solarium, which I get 1. And next would be the combatant phase, where I can start playing dudes at the cost of Solarium. I don't have any that I can play right now, so I'm done.
Okay, so it goes to my turn,
Yep.
and again, I don't draw.
Correct. You will not draw on the first turn.
Okay, so I will play a card face down,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will generate a Solarium,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't do anything else, so I will say go, and the Solarium goes away, right?
It goes away when you count Solarium next, which
Okay.
is kind of weird. I guess it's so that you can, like, EOT Fireball him in the face.
But with Tabletop, that might actually work really well, because now when I go to count Solarium, I'll just keep that one there and then count -1.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can calculate it, and I don't really think there's a wrong way.
That's why I don't have to keep moving tokens around.
Exactly. So it is now my turn. I do get to draw cards. So you draw 2 cards. And then we go to influence phase. I feel like I want to keep both of those. But I will go ahead and sacrifice one of them. So I will drop that down into that. So I now have 2 influence, so I can play one of these shipyards. And I will go ahead and put it in front row as well. And so now I go to count Solarium. I am generating 2. I've already got the 1. It goes away. And then I basically gain 2. So I'm just going to keep that there. I actually can play a card in the combatant phase. I'm going to play that boy, Facade Saboteur. 2 cost, 2/2, seems solid. You can tap him to deal X damage up to a maximum of 4 to target combatant or site. X is equal to half of my Solarium generated this turn, rounding down. So, he's alright. That is going to be it for me. And I did spend those, so I will get rid of them. Okay. Oop. Very nice. So now with Cynthian, one of their kind of gimmicks is that a lot of their creatures also generate Solarium, which is extremely strong. Got anything else? It looks like your mic is muted, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Nope. That is going to be the end of my turn.
Okay. Also, as you kind of notice that creatures come into play tapped. Like, they come into play activated. So you do not get to use them. It's effectively summoning sickness, but they also can't block. So it adds a kind of extra strategic layer there. So, reset. Draw my cards. I think I can sacrifice one of those. I'm not getting a lot of tactics and conditions, unfortunately, so I'm having to sacrifice cards I want to actually play. And that is the other thing, is that when you are looking at these cards here, anything that is a condition or a tactic can be flipped over and played from the influence row. And it stays in the influence row, so it still counts for your total influence. But it allows you to play your instants and enchantments or whatever, and then use them as trap cards, effectively.
Conditions you can play from your hand, but then they go ahead and turn it.
Correct. And same with tactics. You could, as far as I remember, you can play any condition or attachment or tactic from your hand at any time, but it goes away at the end of or once it resolves. So I've got 3. I will go ahead and drop another shipyard, and I will generate 1, 2, 3. I will play a Cloud Falcon, which is just a 3/2 with flying. See, this one has it. This one has reminder text.
Yep.
Effectively, creatures with flying can attack the back row. Instead of the front row, you can choose which one they attack. And they cannot be blocked unless the defender has flight or specialist, and specialist is effectively reach. It's a 2, 4, 3. Well, I don't think I can take anything out this turn, so I will pass.
Okay. Untap first.
Mm-hmm. Untap, upkeep, draw. And yes, we use magic terms because we're magic kids. From olden days.
And then I get 2, so 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's your go.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Ooh, okay. We're going to put that one down. I'll show everybody what that one does. And then I will play that. Storm Citadel. I activate it to give one of my dudes +2/+2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then that just taps it?
Yep. And I will spin that for Oathkey. He's a big old boy. So what he does is focus is when he attacks, he gets +2/+0. When he defends, he gets +0/+2. And then he also allows me to play a site at 1 less influence. So effectively, that one is a 3, that one's a 1, that one's a 0. And so on and so forth. I will go ahead and move to combat.
Okay.
Now, this is effectively the only time this matters. I'm going to change my rotation degrees to 60. Because this actually matters in the weirdest way. When you are attacking or defending, they rotate 60 degrees, not 90. The reason why is if I am attacking and you activate, tap one of my dudes, well, let me see what I can do here. It will effectively take them out of combat.
Okay.
Which is weird.
Yeah, I'll just keep it on 90, and if you just know that you can still tap.
Okay. I'll set it on 60 for this, just to show everybody. So I'm going to send this one over here. This one here.
And I can block with him?
Yes, you can block.
Block here?
Yep, you can block there. Okay. And there is action windows.
Okay.
So I am going to flip Fire from the Sky. All of my combatants with flight get Barrage 1, 2. How Barrage works is that each instance of Barrage will trigger, and it will deal damage to one adjacent location that is being attacked, 2 damage. So this guy right here, who has flight, is going to do 2 damage to this. Once damage happens. So that was my action. Do you have any other actions? Now, feedback, it is not your turn when you generated it. So feedback is effectively a sorcery in the sense of you didn't generate any Sularia this turn.
Nope, makes sense.
Okay. So, any other actions?
Nope.
Okay. I will go ahead and +2/+2 on him.
Yep.
And any other actions?
Nope.
Good. Okay, we will go to damage. So the chain of effect is he will do. Yep. He will deal damage to the creature, and then leftover damage will be dealt to the site, and then leftover damage from that will go to Crimson.
Yep.
So
2 to the creature.
2 to the creature.
And 2 to the site.
Yep.
Then
and
2 more.
2 more from the barrage. And then 3 to the... Yep. So it'll effectively take both sites out.
And I will lose 3 health due to the influence cost, correct?
Yes. And they're spent. All right. That was a combat. Pass turn.
2.
So now you're not going to generate any Solarium this turn unless you're able to drop that.
I'll produce 2.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do anything with just 2 swing. So your turn.
Okay. Now, one thing that you can do is you can pop that feedback to kill either of those. Because you did.
2, so.
Is it half?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
So here, I'll just do this then.
Okay, pop both. Okay, I assume take out the flyer.
2. Yeah, the flyer.
Okay. Flyer is down. Alright. To me?
Yep.
Okay. Tap, upkeep, draw. We will drop that. I do not have a site to play. I will gain 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will play a red condor. Just a 4/3 flyer. How big is that thing? 0.7. Okay, so how Centropolis works, and it has been errated to cost 2 build points instead of 1 because it is so strong. He can tap that to tap down one of my guys and quote-unquote ice it. Basically tap it down and it can't untap on the next turn. Which
I will do.
Yep, because I was going to crack into that thing hard. It is a 7, so there's not a whole lot I can really do there. That effectively shuts down my combat for the full turn, so I will just go ahead and wish that I did something else. I will pass. Nice.
Is there an action window before we move into a Sularia gathering?
Yes, there is a action window after you do basically any phase. So after you lay down an influence, action window. After you lay down sites, action window. After you gain Solarium, action window.
Okay, I will flip that then.
Yep, probably one of the best cards in the game.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Uh-huh.
So that is 6.
Oh shit. Yep, that guy's beefy. So how hidden works is that
how does that work?
So this is the reminder text on it. It's a little wordy. Effectively, unless they are being declared unless they are an attacker or defender, they cannot be targeted. They have hexproof until they attack or block.
Okay. And then after the attack, do they get the hexproof back?
Yes. So yeah, okay. So here's the interesting thing, and this is maybe the only real complaint I have. I also have, and I'll go ahead and show you this guy. This guy says during a joint task or joint strike force, and also well, this is the weird thing. So, Joint Strike Force is whenever I'm attacking one site or one target with multiple characters. So, if I am attacking with these two, they become a Joint Strike Force.
Okay.
But it doesn't happen when you think it happens. It's not, I'm declaring these guys as attackers, they're now a Joint Strike Force. It is right before damage.
Oh.
So this is the same with how this is worded, is unless the combatant with hidden is either an attacker or defender, that is a keyword trigger. So if you declare them as an attacker, they are not an attacker yet.
Okay.
I declare as attacks. Yeah. I declare as an attack, you declare as a defender, then it triggers. Which is very odd. There is an actual step where they get their keyword values. So, even when you declare this guy as an attacker or declare them as a defender, the only time that they are actually able to be targeted is after everything is said and done right before damage.
You know?
So it actually makes hidden a little better.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got him out to me.
Yep.
Okay, so this guy cannot stand back up. Alright, we are going to go ahead and drop that. And then we're going to drop a security post. We'll throw it up front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to flip Strength in Numbers, which says that I can only do it during the Solarium phase. When I play it, I gain X Solarium. X is equal to the number of all of my dudes I control, so I get 3 more. I'm going to spend 1, 2, so 6 on the Warlord. effectively, when he attacks with other dudes, all of my attackers that are participating with him on that target get +3/+0.
So now the key thing is that I could, if you declare these two as an attacker, I could tap him down, which effectively removes him from combat. So
which also removes the benefit. So if I'm attacking with 4 dudes and they would all quote-unquote get +3/+0, if you tap him down, not only does it remove him from the combat, it also removes his effect. Because it is participating with him.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's... This card is bonkers. Alright, I guess I will go ahead and try to move to combat.
Now it's a type 1, so I can't have more.
Correct. So that is another thing to keep in mind, is that underneath sites and underneath, combatants, they will say combatant type X. This one is a type 1, which means he's effectively legendary. I can only have 1 copy of him in play. This warlord, for some damn reason, is a type 4, which means I can have a full set of him in play. Same with these guys. 4, 4, 4 on that. Now, the interesting thing is... Whoop, that is not the button I wanted to push. These miners, or excavators, are type 3. You can only have 3 of them in play. But that effectively balances a lot of things. The first few games that we played when I was playing it with RJ was that we didn't understand that, and so Animus Vox is their big guy for Scythians, and he basically says all Scythians get +2/+0. He's extremely strong. We didn't realize he was legendary, so we were dropping 3 or 4 of them in a game, and it got out of hand really quick. We're going to go ahead and 4, 5, 6... No, because I would just tap that down to do damage.
I'll make it easier on you.
We tap him down. Okay.
Yeah.
So he is iced. I'm just actually going to flip him face down, or flip him down so he will still untap, but he untaps on the timer. What's that, 6? I will pass. Goddamn Centropolis.
So I'll play my influence card.
Mm-hmm. Another processing plant. Yep.
And I have 1 left over, so I can play.
Yep, exactly.
And then I'll flip. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Good grief!
Okay, what do I want to do with all that?
Fireball! Fireball! Fireball!
So this doesn't have a continuous effect. This is
Correct. Yes, and it is a tactic, so tactics are 1 use.
Okay. Well, I'll use 5.
Oh! I did not realize that fire from the sky is a condition.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's
That's
1,000.
while stopping down your flyers.
Yeah, that is 1,000 times better than I thought.
Well, might as well get him out there.
Yep. And he does come into play tapped. Yep, so that is the one. All Scythian combatants you control get +2/+0. He can also tap to move a Scythian combatant to the hidden zone. So basically, he can tap somebody to give him hexproof until they attack or defend. Alright. Any combat from you?
No.
Because he is a 5. Because he's out. Okay. To me then?
Yep.
Okay. Untap. Oh, there it is. what that does, because that is probably the best card Jotun has. Okay. And I will play Cloud Stronghold. Gives one of my dudes Alpha Strike this turn, which is effectively first strike. They deal damage in a separate phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will just gain 4. And I will use 3 of it for a Falcon. Caw! Alright. On to combat. Any actions? Because I have none.
What does focus do again?
When they attack, +2/+0. When they defend, +0/+2.
Tap him down.
Tap him down. Okay, he is tapped down.
Okay,
Well.
that's my only action.
Okay. So I gain 6. So he will deal 3 damage if I tap him. Okay. Fuck it, we'll do it live. We're gonna do a strike force on that one. So you'll be able to block him, but he has flying.
Okay, and give him +2.
Mm-hmm.
And all you guys get Alpha Strike or something like that?
No, this thing lets me tap to give one of my guys Alpha Strike.
Choose 3, 6, yep, that would be enough to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I think I'll do...
He's uber tapped.
Yeah, I'll flip that over. You put a condition...
Okay.
Put a counter on your fire from the sky.
Okay. That thing is done.
And then no blocks.
Okay. I will flip, not that one. I will flip Art of War. All my guys get +2/+2.
Yep.
And you said no blocks?
No blocks.
Okay. So they are now a strike force, so he is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 swinging in. I will go ahead and
my 9.
I'll buff him by 2. So 14.
5 over.
14 total, so 5 over, so you'll lose 10. That's me. And I am tapped out.
First we'll play. Oh, I guess I have to.
Influence, yep.
Now we'll get that out there.
Mm-hmm.
That out there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will gain a ass load.
Yep.
Kind of wish I could these down.
Mm-hmm. There is actually a card out of the Blood Prophet Glory pack that lets you flip an influence card face down.
Okay. 6 of that there.
Mm-hmm. And Vox does count himself, by the way, so he's a 4/6. Okay.
Yep. I think that's how I'll do it. That one to that one, and that one to...
Okay.
It's not going to push any extra damage through. Take some Sularia.
Yeah. I got no blocks. Any actions from you?
Nope.
None from me either. So...
Oh, actually, I do have an action.
Okay.
Flip that. Your sights get -2, so I will do
Yep. You will do some damage. Do you want to select different targets? Or stick with those?
I didn't even think about that.
Because that definitely does change a lot.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That's right, right? 4
Yeah, because that drops that to this to a 3 and this to a 5.
on there, and then even Steven there.
Mm-hmm.
So I take 1 push through plus the...
Plus 5, yep. So I will take... Yep, so I take the 1 from push through, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then I die on your turn.
So here's a funny thing. This is the other interesting thing about this game is if I kill you, like if I drop you to 0, you don't die yet.
Oh.
You are the off initiative player, so anybody who is going second, you get an extra turn. So let's say I swing all out on my turn, drop you to 0 or whatever, and then you come back on your turn and kill me harder, drop me to, -3, you win. It is whoever is at the lowest life total after the off initiative player. So you always get an extra turn. Well, that does help. Oh, I will drop that. I do not have a sight to play, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just gain 1. I cannot play this dude, which is very beneficial for you. I'm going at combat, I guess. I assume this guy? Yeah. So I gained 4, so I can do 2 to something. Okay. I am going to move to combat. I think. Let's see. Yeah. Swing like that.
Oh, I'll move it again. Yep. Works for me.
Okay. I will flip Art of War.
Yep.
And I will... Oh, shit. Forgot you blanked my barrage. So I won't... This is actually going to not work how I planned. That's alright, though. It's alright. It's alright. Because I was actually going to tap him down. This was going to deal barrage damage, and then tap him down to blink that away. Oh, well. Okay, so... That is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the Art of War, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from that guy.
So, even Steven, then 4 damage.
4 damage
plus
through.
4.
Yep.
So 10 damage all together from
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Yep. And then, how much did I get? 4 that turn. So he's just going to sit there and do nothing. Pass. Oh, I forgot the buff. That's alright, though. Oh, and it would have killed you, too. Look at me making bad mistakes. You may actually have me, too.
Okay. Now we will gain 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So these are giving you guys +4.
Yes. And they're all tapped down except for this guy. So you can effectively use your... Oh no, I got rid of it, didn't I? The Citropolis.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Well, how about I spend 8?
Okay.
And we will do 8 damage to him.
Okay. Are you sure you don't want to do
2 more.
14 to me?
I don't think you can do it to a person. It says
Yep.
combatants.
Or opponent. Yep. So you can effectively fireball me straight to the face. And if you go all out, I only have 1 defender.
Yeah, but well, I guess I would get another turn. Yeah, let's do that. So
Okay.
14 to you.
Okay. Okay.
And then
All in.
to that one.
Okay. Got a block. I will block. Yeah. I guess I'll block Vox.
Okay, total power here is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Mm-hmm. Any actions from you?
Nope.
So 14, so that's going to do... So he's a 6, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11. And how much are you swinging for?
14.
14. Okay. Yeah, that's alright. I'll take it. So Vox will die. And then that goes away, and I take 4. Right? No, 3. I take 3.
And then I'll flip that over so you take 3 more.
Damn it.
And because you're the first player,
Yep.
you don't get an extra.
Correct. Yep. Yep. Damn, dude, nice. I thought I had another turn.
I also had another one of those.
Oh, Jesus. Very nice.
That was the only way I could think of doing it.
Yep, I mean, that's what that deck wants to do. It wants to push with its couple of big dudes, and it wants to fireball and lightning bolt everybody down. What'd you think?
that works. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Would have liked to have kept my box alive. But
But you won, so, you know.
these things here,
Yeah, those things are OP as shit. So what do you think of the game?
I like it.
Good. I figured that you would.
I felt a little snowbally there for a...
Yeah, and it did for us as well.
Once I got that one thing out, it really...
Yeah.
Tapping down the creatures.
Yeah, Centropolis is probably their best card.
Yeah, I'm glad it's only the build cost and not, like, you know, the price increase.
Correct.
I think it's a card they need to have.
I agree. I think it is a extremely powerful card.
It's just
and
annoying as fuck.
It is. I mean, it's effectively ice. But that's exactly what those guys need because they don't have a ton of creatures. The starter deck does not have specialists, which I thought was kind of odd because the Terminators are just 4 for a 5/4 with specialist. I think that would have been fine to throw in the starter, but it's all right. Like that's what the starter decks are supposed to do, which is just kind of show you all the keywords and options that you have. But yeah, that is basically the game, guys. Do we want to do another video of like actually constructed decks?
You want? Although you might want to split it into 2 videos.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. So we're going to go ahead and sign off for now, and we'll upload some more videos of Battle for Sularia later. So if you guys have any questions about the game, about rules, anything like that, post them in the comments. Also, Punch It Entertainment has their own YouTube channel where they do have a in-depth series of short videos that are tutorial videos, if you want to check that out. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.